Hey everybody, I hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend so far. I'm Delicia. Thanks for stopping by for my weekly top 5 cigar picks. Of course, you guys know the drill. These are the cigars coming out of my humidor, hopefully making their way into yours for your week of smoking. So it's been an interesting year. I celebrated my birthday, I don't know, a couple weeks now? Yeah, something like that. But I lose count because I try to drag it on as long as possible because I'm like a little princess. But I have in the celebration mode been smoking probably like extra cigars, I would say, just because it's really the only time of year trailing right after Christmas time that I take kind of like a time out from everything, and I don't do tons of filming. I also kind of disconnect a little bit. I mean, I still get on Instagram and all that, but I do take a little bit of a time out. It's the only time of year that I do that. So again, I've had just more time to kick back and relax and really, I guess, just again, smoke like some extra cigars. So I've been really taking advantage of my own, top 5 for the year. Those have been the cigars that I've been probably smoking the most of, and now again I'm coming back this week for a different lineup, so you will not find any of the cigars in the annual top 5 on this list. I know you guys, I did that a couple times. I kind of mixed some in there, so hopefully by now you've had a chance to try them and you've enjoyed them. I did see a lot of good feedback on the cigars that I chose. Love to see that. Love to see when you guys are in agreement. And again, just gonna go ahead and do my list for this week. So starting with number 5, we have a newcomer to the list. This is the Antigua, Esteli, Segovias, Maduro. So it's an interesting shape. It's like a semi box press. I mean, when you look at the foot of it, it looks like it's a box press, but then when you're touching it, it seems kind of somewhere in the middle of like the round and boxed type of shape. So again, interesting. I'm pretty sure that was done on purpose, not on accident. This one is put out by a friend of mine, Art Garcia. He's made quite the name for himself around the industry. Really cool guy. If you get to know him, he stops around different lounges and is all over social media promoting, his cigars. So love to see that, somebody that's in it for the passion again. So this is the Antigua Esteli again, Segovias Maduro. It is featuring a nice flavorful Mexican San Andres wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler. You do get some nice leather earthiness in it, a mixture of spices. You get a hint of like a dark roast coffee, and then just a dab every so often of kind of like a vanilla note. So again, nice. You should be able to find that. I would assume he's in a lot of different lounges just based on the fact that, again, I see him kind of traveling all over the place and spreading the word of his cigars. So hopefully you've had a chance to try them. If not, I encourage you to do so. Moving on to number 4 this week, I have an unbanded. This is a Toscano Stilnovo. Stilnovo. I always want to say Stilnova for some reason. The Toscano Stilnovo. And this one's great. I mean, I have featured it, I believe, on prior weeks, but not very often. This one's nice. Again, these cigars are Kentucky fire cured, using a Kentucky fire cured tobacco in their overall blend. This one is the first, if I'm not mistaken, that's utilizing a binder. The other previous offerings were just wrapper and filler. It's an easy smoke meant to be shared. I've had this conversation with a few people that when I post a picture smoking the whole thing, people always comment like, you're not supposed to smoke the whole thing, you're supposed to cut it in half. I personally don't cut it in half. I can handle the whole thing, and I like the vitola itself, and it's a small enough smoke, and it does pack some good power to it. However, it has a really nice flavor, and again, it's one of those personal preferences. It is meant with the actual shape, so both ends are open and you can cut it right down the middle. You can smoke half of it, put the other half away, smoke it later, split it in half with a friend. Lots of fun things you can do, or you can just smoke the whole thing, as I do. So anyways, the Stilnovo is nice flavor, has that, again, Italian Kentucky binder and filler this time. So all the tobacco is fire cured, and being that it's all fire cured, you actually don't have to keep it inside your humidor. I know that that was something that was brought to my attention after I had taken them out of, they come in like a 5-pack box, and I had taken them all out and put them in the humidor. And then somebody told me, like, actually that works for their company, was like, no, you don't have to put them in the humidor. So that's kind of cool if you just, you know, randomly travel with cigars and you don't always have a humidor on hand. This is a cool way to just have something that you can smoke that doesn't necessarily need to be in the humidor. Flavor points on this one. You obviously are going to pick up some nuances from it being that fire cured, you know, process. However, it's not overpowering. So you still get, like, to me, I get like a roasted pepper, a little bit of a raisin, even like a subtle sweetness from that raisin, and then some oakiness in the background. So again, nice offering coming out of the Toscano portfolio. Moving on to number 3, we have the Micallef Experencia La Crema. Great stick. Definitely a fan of this one. From the very first time I smoked it, it was one of those aha moments. And I actually did her first smoke video with this one, and it was not mild, that's not the right word, but easy enough to smoke that for a brand new smoker, it wasn't overpowering. It does have, you know, some strength to it, but it's not anything that's overwhelming. It's a great morning stick. I'm always on the search for those, especially with coffee. Of course, you guys know me, you're probably tired of hearing about cigars and coffee, but that's my natural go-to in 90% of, well, maybe not 80 to 90% of the time. I would say coffees and cigars are my natural pairing. So Micallef La Experiencia Experiencia La Crema is a great stick. And then if you don't have one of these by now, this is the Micallef Ambassador coin. You get a special coin when you sign up. So it's really cool. You get different swag. I've talked about it before. I have their link. Most of the time you can find the link directly on my Instagram, but you can also jump on cigarvixen.com. And if you click on the Micallef banner, it'll take you right to the page to sign up. It's a free program. It's really neat. You get invited to be part of this closed off Facebook group, which I was a little bit late to join, which I just started joining, and I'm planning on doing some stuff there. So make sure you sign up. Use my link, because I do pull random people because I can see who signed up using my link. And I do pull those random names for giveaways and different things. The biggest one that I did this last year was a ticket to join me at a really awesome event that was before Christmas. It was over with Cigars by Chivas puts on this incredible Christmas dinner party, and I actually chose one of my Micallef ambassadors to join me, so it was a lot of fun. So definitely make sure you take advantage of that. But back to the cigar itself. Sorry, I got totally sidetracked. Featuring a San Andres Sumatra wrapper, Ecuadorian Habano binder, Nicaraguan, Dominican, and Panamanian on the filler. Again, coffee lovers, total best friend this cigar is. Sounded like Yoda. Sweet cream, light cinnamon spice. You get the nutmegs, the vanilla, cedar. It's just great with a nice coffee. Moving on to number 2, we have the Illusione 888 or the 888. This one is, you know, great stick. I'm a huge fan of Illusione. They make some really, really interesting and really flavorful, tasty cigars that are, from my experience, always well made. So this one is no exception to that. This one is featuring a Nicaraguan Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan Corojo 98, and Criollo 99 for the filler. You get the nice cinnamon spice, dabs of black pepper, cocoa, cedar, hints of leather. It has a slightly, you know, creamy smoke to it. Can also be done with coffee, but yeah, smoke it any time of the day. It's about a medium strength, so it's not going to be overpowering, but it has a nice offering of flavor. So again, huge fan. Hopefully, this one's been around for quite some time, so it's not new by any means. So you probably have smoked it already, but if you're not familiar with this brand or you haven't, I again invite you to check them out. You should be able to find these in pretty much any brick and mortar store. And number 1 this week is the Mombacho Liga Maestro. This one is phenomenal. And again, I'm pairing it this morning with coffee. I'm actually pairing it with my day drinker, which is the Guatemalan. And it has you know, together with the coffee is just really, really nice. In fact, I may down the line do an actual pairing video with the two and give you a little bit more details, but just the brief nuances. You know, the coffee is going to bring forth some of that richer, almost like the chocolatey, and a little bit of the caramel kind of just mixed in there, which again, the cigar itself, blended by Claudio Scroy of Mombacho, it's just a masterpiece. I mean, beautiful, beautiful offering. Coming straight out of Granada, which is coming out of their Casa Favili factory. It's an old colonial mansion home that was transformed into their factory, and just a really cool spot if you ever get the opportunity to visit. Taking a closer look at the cigar itself, it's featuring a Habano shade grown in Jalapa, a Habano Criollo from Jalapa also, and then the filler is a blend that's comprised of different tobaccos from Nicaragua and the Jalapa Valley region. So medium strength, you have some incredible aromas. You pick up a mixture of a black and red pepper, but it's a muted black and red pepper. So it's not an upfront in your face. It's a very subtle, more so just the taste rather than that sensation. I've gone over that a few times, but the taste itself of the black pepper and the red pepper combined is really, really nice. You get a rich earth, you get a sugary kind of a caramel sweetness, especially on the finish. And then as you go throughout the cigar, you're gonna get those different flavors that I mentioned, just kind of going back and forth. It goes really well, I'm finding, with the Guatemalan offering, you know, the day drinker, but I've also done this one with espresso, just straight up, and it sits very nicely, you know, in that family as well, because it's about a medium plus on the strength. And again, not quite full, but a little bit, tiny bit over the medium if you're looking at a little gauge. I talk with my hands, but it just really, really nice place to sit and enjoy this fabulous stick. So definitely pick up some of these if you haven't tried them at all, but you can visit their website and find out more information at mombachocigars.com. And as always, I thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.